Hi, I'm Evan Pantazi. Welcome back to another Kyusho discussion. Today I want to talk about MMA. Now, mixed martial arts is a huge thing that's going on nowadays, and I can only surmise it's because of one thing, and that's because there's something missing in the martial arts that people have been taking, the traditional martial arts like karate. Now, if you really study the Kyusho and understand the anatomy and the real structures of the body, and also understand that it's all within the karate katas, and you look at further in-depth training like the tegumi or the grappling aspects, not just the joint manipulations, but the real grappling like ground grappling and standing clinch position, and look for the vital targets that are inherent. You'll see all the positions of the katas become very viable. And this helps because it gives you another depth. Now, most people, again, search MMA or they take up different martial arts like grappling or knife fighting or whatever art they want to supplement their standard or traditional style for, or even change from because they didn't find enough depth in it or interest to keep them. You need to understand what is in the karate katas. I mean, it is a full martial art. There's nothing that's missing. You take Nahanchi, for example, with all the turning fists. You put two knives in the hands or one knife in the hand, and all those fist rotations and punches, they all turn into stabs, slashes, traps, you name it. So you can work with knives, you can work with sticks, you can work definitely grappling. That is a grappler's kata. And striking as well. You can go ballistic as well. So the mixed martial arts have really sprung up a lot, not just from the UFC, but from people wanting to train something additionally and that's missing out of their style. Whether it wasn't taught, maybe it wasn't taught at their particular level yet, and they just sought to find different answers. Kyusho really helps with that, because once you start involving your Kyusho in your martial arts, it adds so much depth that there's everything is possible. You have the ground fighting still, you have the striking ability, you got the joint locking abilities, you've got weapons manipulations and disarms, so it's all there for you once you understand the anatomy and the functionality of the body. So I urge you to study your Kyusho, especially in your karate katas, to add that depth. You don't really have to go out and find another art or another style. You just have to integrate the anatomy into yours, and that's what Kyusho is all about. It's not another style. It can be an independent style if all you do is work on your tools and your targeting. You're pretty adept at fighting as well. But you can adapt it right into your katas, whether they're Taekwondo katas, Goju-Ryu, Wei-Chi-Ryu, Shotokans, whatever, even the Wing Chuns or the Kung Fu styles. It's all in there, and that's the way the originators of these arts had it. They had one form they invented, or maybe a handful of forms. They didn't have 20 forms to contend with just to memorize the actions and make them faster, stronger, or prettier looking. They were meant to inflict damage. They were meant for self-protection. And you can do that with the Kyusho. Maybe not so with the ballistic striking, because that depends on speed, power. The Kyusho is much more adapted to less power and less speed, and it also works just as well at a distance as it does close range. Try that with ballistics. I mean, if you have punching, as an example, and the person's 1 inch away from you, it gets substantially harder to throw a full punch that will disable the person. However, with the rotations of the 6G hands integrated into all the katas and those small fist rotations, it doesn't need a long travel velocity to pick up the power. You jam the nerves, and they are very sensitive, so the power isn't the issue. So instead of looking always for different answers in different styles, look in your own style and look for the anatomy and the Kyusho that's within it. Thanks for watching.